Okay, well, congratulations on clearing out the
Thank you.
TEDxCLE.
Yeah, this is like the post-game wrap-up?
Yeah, this is
Okay.
and this is your I don't know if you're a coach or a player, but we're gonna ask you.
Give it 110%.
So yeah.
No, but it's weird for guys like me because I do spend most of my time like alone in my room, like staring at a computer or at the wall. So to be on stage, projecting is like the opposite of my natural state. So I always feel weird afterwards. I'm like, well, my body doesn't know what to do with what just happened. You know?
And you never have to. You never see your audience usually when
yeah,
you're drawing.
it's tweets and stuff. I mean, it's instant. You feel them for sure.
Right.
They're if you're online, they're there and they've just read it and they've got something to say and people reading it different times and different languages and stuff. So yeah, but and that's a relationship I'm used to and enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
So. This like hoping I get laughs when that's not what I do for a living so I'm relieved right now. They laughed at the joke I wanted the most to get a laugh from. So I'm like,
well, you did great. You did great.
I'll decide later. But
when
thank
you watch it,
yeah. I showed a piece of artwork that we did when I was 12 years old about this elephant and projecting it on the museum wall was something we never thought would happen, and I got a laugh, and I'm happy about that laugh. So. I'm going to live with that laugh.
That, then.
I'm just going to live with that moment. Thank you. All right.
Well, okay. Hopefully this doesn't interfere with your living. We have a few questions from Twitter. So the first one was, how is Cleveland perceived in Hollywood?
As a nice tax write-off, I guess. I don't know. I mean, they keep filming here, so I guess it's perceived in a. I joke sometimes. I mean, I have nothing to do with where Marvel films their stuff or anything like that. Some people think I do because I do consult on the movies, but not in the production part, just story stuff. And so when they film in Cleveland, friends of mine or family will go, "Oh, did you tell them to do this?" I'm like, "No, I've never talked to them about it." But I did say when they told me they were filming Avengers in Cleveland, the last time I was here, Euclid Avenue was a mess. It was destroyed. It was years ago. It was destroyed. And I go, I think you guys saved a lot of money because I think you just have to put the Hulk in it, and it'll look like you're saving your money on rubble for sure. But I was happy to see that they've cleaned it up since. So
they're doing better.
Yeah, much better. Last time I was here, I didn't know what the deal was, but they had literally closed like miles of Euclid Avenue. It was just ripped up, and I was like, you guys don't think this is where, like, no one seemed to mind.
Oh, this was 2006, 2007.
No one seems to mind that like a bomb fell, and anyway.
That's a story.
Yeah.
So the second one, what project that you've worked on has had the greatest impact on the industry? Avengers, Ultimate Spider-Man, Citizen Wayne.
Citizen Wayne. The Citizen Wayne is an 8-page backup story I did, imagining the Batman mythos if it was Citizen Kane. Get it? Citizen Wayne. So that is a little slide. It's the only work I did for DC Comics, by the way. It's not for me to say what, that's for someone else to say, like how people perceive it. You know what I mean?
It's like an interpretation of history.
No. I'm talking about the question itself, like how.
Right.
It's not for me to say.
Sure.
It's for someone else to say. Like
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, I just landed. We just published the 200th issue of Ultimate Spider-Man. You can't help but look back on that as like
a milestone.
Didn't get fired. That's a good one. So I think that one seems to be the one that's aging well as it goes. Sometimes you want them all to age well, but you never know.
Sure.
So that and so we'll see when it's all said and done.
Okay.
Let someone else decide.
Okay, and then this question, was Avengers number 16 an inspiration to your run on the book?
It's inside baseball, but I'll explain.
Yes,
it to you.
I'm
in the original 1960s Avengers number 16 by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. Stan Lee just decided to throw out the Avengers and replace them with new characters. They got rid of Thor and Iron Man and put Hawkeye and Scarlet Witch on the team. At the time, it was the first recorded example of nerd rage where people were like, "What are you doing?" Like, and also the book was doing well. He just decided that the Avengers can do this, and he's going to do it. And people screamed so loud that 50 years later we could still hear it. And I've done things like that in my Avengers run, where we will tear up the tracks because that's kind of what Stan Lee laid down. Like, if you're writing this book, you should have the guts to do this. So yes, that book was very influential.
Huh, and then
Yeah.
deal with the fallout because you can deal with it.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
That shows that people really care.
It
that
does.
much.
It does, and also it proves that every character is someone's favorite. Like you can't think of a character that someone doesn't have a blog dedicated to how awesome that character is.
Sure.
So whatever you do, they're all A-list characters. So if we treat them that way, the audience will treat them that way, and that's where we are now. It's true.
Wow.
Like even people like, what favorite B or C list character is your favorite? And I'm like, I don't know of one. They're all equal. You know what I mean? In the right hands, they're all equally awesome.
Sure.
Yeah.
And they're all
Iron Man
integral.
was considered like a C-list character until they made the movie, and now it's the golden jewel of the entire Disney empire. You know what I mean? So people don't even think about that. They were thought, why are they making Iron Man? Why aren't they making Spider-Man? You know, but because we knew that Iron Man is it's everybody's A-list in the
Wow.
right hands. Yep.
Fantastic.
I wowed him. He's had a long day.
This is amazing.
This is no small undertaking. He's heard a lot of crap today.
When the camera goes off, there's all these things that I'm just going to think about with comic books. Well, thank you very much.
Thanks
Let's
a
get
lot.
to the after party.
All right, let's go.